Hi, I'm Adam Fisher. I'm really proud to be part of this wonderful series. I'd like to read 4 poems for you. The first from my book, Rooms, Airy Rooms, and it's the title poem. I wander on polished white oak floors, through empty rooms with high white ceilings, past pictures on the walls museum-like, long windows let in pale light, rooms filled with just me. I stop, listen to the morning quiet, heat in the pipes, the call of joy, death sounds of leaves. Only I have the key to the door of the room I enter on quiet carpet, surrounded by drawn drapes, books, but no air. I flee and then return to open windows, welcome a cool draft, sunlight. I stand to pray at the window. God takes my hand, pulls me out the door through airy rooms splashed with bright colors, plants, a few chairs and toys for a dozen children. I call for them. They come to play with blocks and bikes. I stand next to the Holy One and watch, his arm around me. He urges me to play with them. I help a little boy pick up his blocks, then gather children in a circle. Help God lead the dance. Tears wet my face. This next poem is from Dancing Alone. It's entitled Pirouette. Jones, in the brown suit and hat, follows crowds out of the subway, rush upstairs, fill the streets with sadness. He cuts across a corner of Central Park, slows to avoid manure from horse-drawn carriages, notices he is alone, and performs a pirouette while holding a leaf. A little girl walks home from dancing lessons, shows him how she pirouettes, motions for him to try. He looks around, still no one there, tries, does better, holds her hand, they bow and dance together. A crowd forms. They keep on dancing, now barefoot on the grass, look at one another, agree, and leap into the air. It is said they even danced across soft wheat fields, but no one knows where they stopped. This next poem was anthologized in The Light of City and Sea, an anthology of Suffolk County poetry. It's entitled Fear. Fear is not only in the hearts of soldiers, civilians under bombardment, children caught in crack wars. It grips the chests of suburbanites, wondering if they will lose their jobs, their houses. It gnaws at the stomachs of teachers who, holding a frightened child, fears charges of sexual misconduct, humiliated, even if found innocent. Of course, they dress in confidence, return home to where brochures promised idyllic estates on quarter-acre plots, gardens to make them feel like farmers in look-alike houses, on streets of contrived curves, spending the next 30 years paying the mortgage. Still, they got more house for the money than in better parts of town, had a bit of green on which to raise children and tomatoes, hold a barbecue, have a glass of wine by a fire in winter. Not bad for kids from Brooklyn whose grandparents starved in Riga and Bialystok, Sicily and County Cork. Sunday night their fear returns. This world will vanish if the boss decides a better bottom line means cutting them. And finally, I'd like to share a recent poem entitled Erratics and Kettle Holes. Erratics they're called, huge rocks, some 8 feet tall and 15 feet wide, a dozen smaller line the shore, left by the last glacier, now picturesque points of interest on the flat beach, like special occasions, a place to pause, even rest, and look around. a marker of how far along the beach we've walked, for something to look back on with fondness or even longing. The same glacier left large dimples in the earth, kettle holes 50 yards across and as deep, buried blocks of ice that melted, leaving indentations in our landscape, too steep to easily descend, like pockets of our lives, too hard to enter, holes in our history filled with debris, layers of new growth attempting to cover them over, like trees filling this hole. We can only walk around them, wonder how they happened, and meander on, grateful we did not fall in. Thanks very much.